I don't have space. So, so I see Annette is here, and let me know when our, so is Alina one of our speakers?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Alina. Are you one of our hosts today?
Yeah, hi,
Okay.
how are you?
Hi, I'm wonderful. So, and Annette is here, Ania is here, and who is our other host today?
It's actually supposed to be Ania and Leon. So I'm just joining to give you guys
Support, moral support. Okay, so we're waiting.
Yeah.
Leon is, let me see who's here. So hello, everybody. Good morning from Eastern Standard Time. I am in South Florida in Miami, and Annette is in Kenya. Ania is in the Philippines. Alina, where are you?
I'm in Pakistan.
Alina is, wow, in Pakistan. Leon is in South Africa. So let me see. Leon, who are we still looking for, waiting for?
Alishba, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can see her. Hold on. Okay, she's not in the audience yet, so.
Okay. So we'll wait just a few minutes. And she's coming also from Pakistan?
Yes.
Okay, very good. What time is it in Pakistan, Alina?
It's 6 p.m.
Oh, okay. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad. So how is everybody doing with their X-Culture projects? Alina, so I guess this would be you, Alina. How are you doing with your X-Culture project?
It's fun. I'm like really excited. My team members are like so supportive and understanding. I feel like I've got like, a really good base with them already. And I don't think I'm gonna have any problems with them because they're all like they're like hardworking and there's like no problems yet. And we're pretty like hand in hand, like there aren't any conflicts yet.
Very good. So let's talk about your team. Where are they from?
So Mitali, one of the members, she's from India. Then there's Anusha, who's from Nepal. Then there's Ward, who's from Armenia, I think. Then there's Mervin from Egypt and Maria from Ukraine.
Wow, you have that's so amazing. And how old are you, Alina?
I'm 16.
So are they all around 16?
Yeah, they're all the same.
Oh my God, isn't it so cool that you have all these new friends from all over the world? I just think it's so incredible. So Leon, do you see her yet?
She's having difficulty joining the webinar. I'm just trying to.
Okay, we'll wait. We have a few minutes. So let's just talk about how it's going to go today. So we have Alina and another Alishba from Pakistan, who is going to show you guys how to, I can't say any of the words. So go ahead, Alina. Alina, go ahead and introduce what you're going to do.
So we're going to cook Khao Suey today. So it's like, it's a Burmese dish. So it originated from Burma. And then when like the people migrated from there and came to Pakistan, they like brought the dish along with them. So it was mostly like there's this community of Memons, we call them in Pakistan, and Gujarati. So I'm basically a Gujarati. So we lived in like my ancestors, they lived in Junagadh in Gujarat in India, which is like in India right now. So they lived there, and when the partition happened, they came here. So it was like a traditional dish over there. So like when they came here, they brought it with them, and now it's been adapted in like a more spicy way.
Okay, I have to ask you though, Alina. It sounds like there's prayers happening in the background.
Yeah, there are.
Can you explain that to us while we're waiting for our other speaker?
Yeah, So it's like in the evening, it's like Maghrib time right now. It's like azan. We give out azan. It's like a call for prayer.
Mhm.
So it's basically like in the mosques, the person is called, oh, I forgot. Yeah, he's called like a, um,
Is it an imam?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, he's called
That's
an
okay.
imam, and he gives the azan, and it's like basically calling everyone to prayer. So it's like in the olden times, people usually got really busy uh, while working, and they forgot about prayer. So they're like, they wanted a way to, call everyone for prayer. So like the Christians, they have I think the bell, the church bell,
Yes, exactly.
and the Hindus, they have this, I don't know, this shell thingy that they do for it. I don't know, like, I
They-
think so.
I'm not sure, but we'll have to
I'm not
ask somebody from India. But
sure.
for Pakistan, you guys have like a loud,
Azan. Yeah.
sure.
So the Muslims, they were like, every religion has their own way of calling like the pilgrims to prayer. So they're like, what do we do? So one of the companions of the Prophet, he got a dream, a vision basically, in which the words of the Azan were inscribed in his dream. So
Mhm.
then that became like the Azan, which we used to call people to prayer. And it basically means come to prayer. Yeah, it's like, it's in Arabic.
It's loud too, because I can
Yeah.
hear it here. We can hear that mosque all the way in Miami. Oh, Alishba, yay, we have Alishba. So let's wait for her to get all settled. So Alina, just one more question about the call to prayer. How often does it happen? How many
It
times?
happens, yeah, 5 times a day for
And
all
what
5 days.
times? What times are they?
So one is Fajr, which is like at 4 a.m. in the morning. I don't
What?
know.
In the middle of the night?
Yeah, it is. People people wake up for it. And then there's I think Fajr, Asr, I think, which is in the middle of the day.
Mhm.
Around noon, and Maghrib, and then Isha, and I'm missing one. I don't know. Maghrib happens around this time. Isha happens a little later, and I don't know.
The other one. Okay. So,
I'm,
and people physically get out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning and pray, or can people just stay in bed and pray?
I don't know. It's like they. I guess there are delayed times. Like if you miss out on it, then you can pray it with another prayer.
Okay.
Like you can pray both of them together, like combined, if
Uh-huh.
you like miss out on it. But people do like yeah, a lot of people do wake up at
Amazing.
4 a.m. in the morning.
Isn't it wonderful how we're learning all of these things? So cool. So cool. So, Ania, I mean, I'm in Miami, but I'm also from the Philippine Islands. So I know Ania, we're predominantly Catholics in the Philippines. So are you also Catholic?
Yes, I am. I go to a Catholic school too.
Oh yeah, which school?
Immaculate Conception Academy.
And so I used to go to La Consolacion. So in oh my God, in Cavite.
Um, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I was a child when I left the Philippines, so it's always so interesting to talk to you guys. Okay, so I think that Alishba is here now. So this project is Leon and Ania, correct? Okay, so I am going to mute myself and then just so that we have a bigger screen with you guys' views. I'm going to just select the 4 people who are going to be on this panel. So just a little bit of an update for X Culture. Let me see. If you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat. And we'll try to, so those of you guys who are on this call, who are senior coaches, if there are questions that pop up, if you could help me answer them, please. and then we'll continue on with our event today, which is cooking. It's the cooking channel from Pakistan. And I will see you guys towards the end. I do have to leave right at 10 because I have to start the coaches meeting, but I will leave it in the hands of Ania and Leon to finish up, and enjoy your show today. Happy cooking.
Thank you.
Okay, so hello everybody. My name is Leon and I am 16 years old and from South Africa. And along with Ania, we are managing the cooking classes. So I'll just oh wow, I can't speak English today. I'll just pass it over to her to introduce herself.
Hello, I'm Ania, 14 and from the Philippines. And today we have Alina and Alishba from Pakistan who will be teaching us to make Khao Suey, if I can pronounce that right.
Okay, so if you guys would both like to just give a quick introduction of yourselves, and then we can start, or you guys can start presenting.
Okay, so I'm Alina. I'm 16 years old. I live in Karachi in Pakistan. I'm currently in high school, and I'll be going to my A levels like next year, I hope. So today we're gonna be cooking Khao Suey and Alishba. Why don't you go next?
Hey guys, I'm Alishba Amir and I'm from Pakistan. I'm actually 18 years old and I'm super excited to host a cooking virtual class with all over the continental friends. So I just hope our best to present a good way and a good cultural dish to you all. It's all.
Okay, great. So which of you will be cooking? Are you going to be taking turns? What did you decide on to do?
Alina will be cooking.
Okay.
And
Okay, great. So whenever you're ready, you can go for it. I'm looking forward to it.
my kitchen. Wait 1 second. So I've already done the noodles beforehand. I've cooked it already, and now I'm just gonna be starting the noodles. I just boil them. Like you can take any brand of noodles from the supermarket, and you can you can put in salt. And like it's even if you don't put in salt, just take like any pan, put in water, and put in salt, and just like boil it for 10 to 15 minutes, and I guess you'll be fine. Or just follow the instructions on the back of whatever brand of noodles you're using. And now I'm gonna start making the chicken. So I used I took out the chicken and like I unfreezed it, and I'll show you 1 second.
What kind of noodles are they? Does it have to be a specific kind?
You can use egg noodles or basically any. I used egg noodles. Wait, how do you turn the camera? 1 second.
It's about.
Tell the truth, I actually have no idea either.
Well, actually, so this is Dr. B. So relax, you guys, just relax into this. You're going to do great. This is all real life experiences. This is the kind of stuff that happens to professors all the time. Okay. So while you're doing certain things, just kind of relax into it. Let's learn the process of doing presentations.
Okay, so I finally turned my camera. So this is chicken, which is over here. This is just like not cooked chicken, okay? I'm just showing you guys. So I took a pan and I put some oil in it, okay? This is vegetable oil. You guys can. All right, then I'm gonna be putting in onions, which I have here. I cut 1 onion, roughly chopped, okay? Doesn't need to be like precise or anything. And yeah, just put that in. And Now I'm going to stir for a minute till they're either golden brown or yeah, just like light brown golden brown. So just fry them. Okay.
Is it just chicken, or is it like breast, like the breast of the chicken? Is it a specific part, or?
It's chicken breast, which has been cut into like cubes or like pieces.
Okay.
So, Alishba, can it be anything besides chicken, like beef?
Yeah, it's your choice and your taste. According to it, you can use it. But I really prefer chicken because it's available in all parts.
So I have a question. When I was in India, and I know Pakistan and India are two different countries, but I know also that the customs and traditions, a lot of it is very similar, right? So I know in India they didn't do a lot of meat. So like no chicken, no pork, no beef. Is that something that
Actually,
is that something that's practiced also in Pakistan?
uh, actually, the Indian peoples don't use beef because, according to their culture, it has been forbidden in their culture. They use chicken, but they don't use beef. But in our culture, I don't think anything is forbidden. Why, according to our foods, but wine, yeah, wine is forbidden.
And pork.
So pork is forbidden for
Yeah.
religious reasons.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna add the tomatoes into this. This is one tomato. It's also been roughly chopped. I'm just adding this. Wait, 1 second. Yeah, a little until it's like brown. 1 second. It's like a little yellow right now.
And is this dish like for special occasions, or like when do you usually make it?
So while this is cooking, I'll show you guys. We'll start on the curry, right? So I'm gonna take like a pan here, okay? And then we're using coconut powder. You guys can see it, right? Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay then. So this powder, I'm using 1 packet of coconut powder, and I'm gonna put it in the whole thing. And we're gonna use gram flour or chickpea flour, whatever you guys call it. 2 tablespoons of it.
So, Alina, coconut powder is like something that is just new to me. I know.
Really?
Yeah, we don't have that in the United States.
Oh,
And
it's
is
like
it like a
this.
flour or is it like
No,
milk?
it's like kind of milky. I love to eat it like just like that. I used to like dip my tongue in.
It's actually used on sweet dishes.
Yeah, and
Ah,
if you don't have the powder available, you can use the milk too. You can substitute it for that.
okay. But
Um,
curd is powder.
yeah, it is powder. And over here, we don't get it over here either. It's mostly imported from Thailand. Like me and my family, whenever we go there for vacations, we usually like stock up on it because it's really hard to find here. But like if you go to an import, like a store where they sell imported stuff, or like a Chinese store, then you can buy it there.
Yeah. So there's a chat, Leon, there's a chat comment uh, about the in cows in India. So I believe it was a chat from one of our audience members. So you go ahead and share it.
And I can't find it. Hold on. Oh, well.
Oh, I think she deleted it.
Here, I have it. I have it.
You, Alina, you
Why
have
can't
it?
I see it?
I found it.
Okay, thanks.
So, in India, cow is considered sacred. That is why beef is not eaten in India. And because of that, McDonald's has stopped serving beef in India.
Yeah. I was actually in India, I want to say in the northern part, so close to Delhi. Oh, no, sorry. It was in Jaipur because I had brought my daughter and we wanted to see what the McDonald's burger was, which was a vegan burger, and it was delicious. And you know, my family and I are well, mostly vegetarian. I'll eat chicken once in a while, but mostly vegetarian. And I do eat. So I guess I'm a pescatarian because I do eat fish regularly. But my daughter is vegan. And she loved traveling.
I'm just adding 1 cup of water into the curry, the mixture. Like I mixed the gram flour and the coconut water, and then I added water, and I'm just whisking it. Okay.
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 But
And now,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
and now in the into the onions, I'm adding 1 tablespoon of ginger and 1 tablespoon of like 1 paste of ginger and 1 tablespoon of garlic paste. Sorry.
What is the coconut powder for?
It's for like a sweet kind of texture and like creaminess of the
Yeah,
curry.
it's only for taste.
Yeah. You can use yogurt too if you don't find coconut powder or coconut milk.
Yeah, we are actually using coconut powder to make this thick.
And there's another 2 questions here. Won't the chicken be too oily? And I'm not sure, is this the same person or a different person? Okay, wait, due to the coconut powder.
No, the chicken is the coconut powder is not being added to the chicken. It's being added to the curry. The curry is like a separate dish. I'm making them together, so we save up on time. So this is like what it looks like right now, and this is the curry which has been made separately. This is the one with the coconut powder, the gram flour, and the water in it. And I'm adding like 1/4 tablespoon of turmeric.
So, Alishba, do you guys eat this Khao Suey in any special events in your family?
No, not as usual because we used to make these things once a week. Because beside yeah, eating our cultural food, we also prefer to eat Italian, Chinese, and every type of dish.
And I
Alina,
added some tomatoes. Yeah.
wait, you just added 2 powders into the curry. What was that?
So the first one was 1/4 tablespoon of turmeric and 1/4 teaspoon of salt, Himalayan salt, the pink salt.
And can you add any other spices? Does it matter? Or can you just do it to your preferred taste?
I mean, it doesn't matter, but like I don't know. It's like
But
we just
if
use
you
this like the basic ones we use. But you can
but
add salt and
in this
pepper. Like you
spice,
can add a little bit of pepper if you want. It doesn't matter.
no, if you add in this spice, definitely it will differ in your taste also.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question. How many onions and how many tomatoes is that, Alina?
1 onion and 1 tomato.
Ah, okay.
2 tomatoes, sorry. 1 onion and 2 tomatoes.
And the ginger and the garlic, did you make those paste yourself?
Yeah, my mom makes them at home.
Is your mom helping you out today?
Yeah,
Can we meet your mom?
yeah. Hi.
Bam.
Hi, how are you? Hi, everybody.
I'm Dr. Bamanis. I don't know if you can see the screen, but I'm saying hello to you from Miami.
Hello, how are you?
Thank you so much for hosting us in your kitchen today.
Please do come visit us. We'll serve you hot over. Yeah.
And the host that you have here is Ania, is from the Philippines, and Leon is from South Africa, and
Hi,
Alishba
hello.
is Alina
Hi.
from.
Hello to everyone.
Hello.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks. Okay, so we just added a bit of water inside it, and yeah, just to like so the tomato dissolves. Basically, what we want to do is to get the tomato completely dissolved, so there aren't any chunky bits when you eat it. You know, it's just like a sauce.
Looks like the onions disappeared too.
Yeah, they will. Even the tomatoes will disappear. By the end of it, you like won't even know that it was there in the first place. Except the color, which is like a dead giveaway.
Do you know how this dish has like evolved over time? Like, what was the origin of the dish and how has it evolved?
It was initially started like people in Burma, in India used to make it, and then from there, when the partition happened, like the people who migrated to Pakistan, they brought the dish here with them, and like over time, a lot of different versions of the dish have, developed. Like some people make it less spicy with more curry. Uh, our version is a little spicier because I love spices. To be very honest, I love spicy food.
So Alina, I'm going to have to ask Alishba to explain partition because I think most people in the world do not understand that, which was the Great Migration. Actually, the partition is the world's greatest migration to date. So Alishba, can you elaborate a little bit about the Great Migration or the partition?
Yes, sure. Because we are studying this from, I think, grade 1, since I am in grade 12. So we have a proper curriculum about this topic, that how we get independence and what are the grave efforts of our ancestors. I think back to 18th century, the subcontinent was held by British, which was a very tough time for, I think, both for Muslims and Indians. In I think 1820, the British established East India Company in India, and then they started ruling over the whole of the subcontinent. And after all, the both of the nations suffered a lot, because our culture, our tradition, our ideology, everything is totally different. You may consider that our foods are somehow same, our dresses or something else, but our ideology, our religion, everything is totally different, and our ancestors thought that we can't live and together anymore. In 1857, when after the World War II, the British considered Muslims as a reason of the war, but it was not the actual reason. So the Muslims suffered a lot because of the Indians' policies, and because they consider Muslim as minorities in their country, as Muslims has a right to live according to their religion and according to their freedom rights. So I really appreciate the efforts of our founder of the country, Qaid-e-Azam, and I think in 1906 a party was formed which was called Muslim League, which was conserved for the rights of Muslims. And in 1913, Qaid-e-Azam joined it. Before this, Qaid-e-Azam was in the League of Congress, which was held by Indians. And when he thought that it only considers the rights of Indians only, so he left that party and they joined Muslim League. And then it was Muslim was considered as minorities and their rights were not preserved in India. So I, Allama Iqbal, I should mention his. He thought that Muslims should get a separate homeland for them, where they can practice their religion, because we have a different ideology. Our country is based on ideology, Muslim ideology. So he thought that Muslims should have their rights to live on their own in a democratic country. So their efforts should also be remembered, that they make efforts. They go to many of the places where the Muslims were unaware about their rights, where Muslims were considered as so great people. And he convinced British, especially in the Shimla conference. I'm not aware that you read about, you people are aware of the history, but the
Alina,
Shimla.
can I pause you for a second? Can I pause you for a second? Because we're going to ask you to continue this, but Alina, can you explain to us what is on that plate? There's a lot of
Yeah.
spice.
So I was waiting. So this is salt again. This is
How much,
turmeric.
how much salt?
I guess you can put it according to taste. This is half teaspoon. This is turmeric, which is quarter teaspoon. This is red chili powder, which is 1 tablespoon. This is coriander powder, which is 1.5 tablespoon. This is cumin powder, which is 1 teaspoon. And this is garam masala, which is like a mix of all herbs and spices, which is half teaspoon. So I'm just gonna put it all in together.
Oh, wow. Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to ask Alishba to continue on with the story of the partition. Because that is, you guys, it's really important to know the history and the background. And the stories are similar but different coming from perspectives, right? So we're getting the Pakistan perspective. There's also an Indian perspective. And again, let me just go back to the core value of X Culture Academy is to create a space, an open space where we can learn from each other and have these open dialogues so that without ignoring each other's history, we can make space for each other so that we can coexist peacefully in the future, okay? And one of the main objectives of X Culture is to create an open conversation about the past history and how we can move forward in the future in peace and love. Okay, so Alishba, please continue with your conversation as we watch Alina make that beautiful dish that I'm going to have to do later on.
Yeah, sure. I also appreciate the efforts of X Culture for bringing us all together on a platform, because whenever you meet someone, you can't judge someone by his personality or by his dressing until you talk to her, until you learn about her history, her personality, backgrounds, and what the efforts his or her ancestors had made in the past. Because I think if we are today independent, we are living in a free country, is because of only the efforts of our forefathers. Because without them, we should have to suffer a lot in future. So just continuing my story again, yeah, I'll end it over the Shimla conference. It was held by Mountbatten, and he gathered the important Muslim and Indian leaders on a mountain that was named as Shimla. So the Qaid-e-Azam proved the perspective that the Muslims are almost different from Indians in every aspect. So there should be a piece of land where they can practice their own religion, because basically we don't need anything because we consider our religion very much close to our hearts. So that's why the main thing we need to be divided was that we have to practice our religion. So he put that perspective to Mountbatten that we should have another country where we could do things like this and should live according to our religion and according to our culture and traditions. So Mountbatten accepted that, and the Muslim were very much encouraged with his opinions, and he presented to Muslim that he will take up the Muslims with in his government. But the Indians were considering is that a joke, and he was not serious with that compliment of Mountbatten. And he said to Muslim, the I will not mention the leaders, but some of the Indian leaders said that if they will have Muslims together, if they can work with Muslims and have their rights, so he will fight with the British, and then they will make them independent after they had the British have been gone from the subcontinent. But Muslims were aware about this, that if once the British are left with the some continent, India will never preserve their rights. So the Qaid-e-Azam said to Lord Mountbatten to make just end up the decision as soon as possible. And then the main reason that today we are independent is that about the people and their attraction towards the new country, and especially they all have a very much attractive looks towards their religion. Because I already told you guys that the only thing that we need is just to practice our religion, nothing else we need, that our lives will be gone in this way or something else, just to preserve our religion.
Yeah, Alishba, can I just ask you to pause a second? Alina, can you unmute yourself because we need to know
Yeah.
what you added into that dish? I saw a liquid go in there.
Yeah, it was water. We just added water because it was really thick. So we just added water to kind of dilute it.
So really your objective is, so that is the onion, the tomato,
And
all
the
of those
curry is
spices.
done.
And the
Yeah, the
curry
curry
is,
is also done. And this is also done. The tomato and the onions, everything is dissolved. Can you see it? There's
yes.
like no chunky bits. This is
Oh,
all
so
water.
you're not putting the curry into the chicken.
No. It's gonna be assembled all differently. So this is gonna go in a different dish. The curry will go in a different dish, and the noodles will go in a different dish. And then it's gonna be like those stations at the pizza where you can like add whatever you want onto your salad. It's
yeah.
kind of like that.
Okay, got it. It's beautiful. Okay, so Alishba, continue on. So get us to the point where when the partition actually happened and the migration actually happened. Because we're going to run out of time.
Actually, it happened in August 1947, when finally we succeeded in our goals, and finally we reached our homeland. And I think, no, I remembered that 6.5 million peoples migrated from India to Pakistan, and 5.5 million people from Pakistan to India. And Pakistan was literally at a condition where it has no refugees tents, nothing to feed for the people, but the Qaeda creating a
Can
refugees
I tell
fund.
you guys to pause for a second?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so this is like a secret ingredient which nobody knows about, but I'm telling you. So we take some of the gravy from this, and then we put it into the curry for like added taste.
Ah, okay. So that's the secret button. Okay.
Yeah. Just for ex-culture people. Yeah, just for ex-culture people, my mom is saying.
Okay.
She's sharing her secret ingredient.
Alishba, do you do that in your country, in your home?
Yes.
You do that secret? It's not a secret, Alina, if everybody's doing it.
Oh, no fair.
I should tell you a trick that if you don't have much time for tomato to dissolve in it and make a thick liquid, just do it like this, that peel off your tomatoes and just put in the blender and blend them, and it will become a thick sauce right away, because if in case you don't have time to cook it. So just do like this, that take a bowl of hot water and put the tomatoes in the water, and after some time it will become soft. Just peel off it and put them in a blender and blend them, and I think it will bring a thick something thick, so just add that in it.
Okay. Seeds and everything, seeds and skin and everything.
Yeah, today's youth always find something easy.
Okay.
Okay, so now the fun part, which is assembling. One second. So everything's done. This is for like garnish. So I have like onions here. I have tomato. I have cucumbers. I don't use cucumbers because they're sweet, but some people like to put them in for, I don't know, but you can. And you can even use spring onions. I don't have them right now. Or green chilies if you want more spice. So these are the noodles that I already boiled, right? It's just simple. You just boil the noodles. There is nothing else to be done. With that, then you add the chicken on top of it that you just made. And then you
can
add
also
the
add any
curry.
type of you like, because I like capsicum and cabbage in this food.
So can you add anything really on it?
Yeah, you can add anything really. These are what I
Vegetables.
Alishba, sorry,
So-
what did you say?
I said you can also add any type of vegetables, because like me, I prefer to add capsicum and cabbage in it because it's delicious.
Okay.
So onions, cucumbers, tomatoes, and I've got slims there. You guys have slims? They're like potato sticks. Really, really slim potato sticks. No? Okay.
Never heard of them.
Oh,
You sound like a chip that we
this.
have here.
Yeah, we
Chow-
use them as chips in the United States.
Yeah. Oops. We call them slims or
We
potato
have
sticks.
called picnics here.
So that's it. This is the dish.
Wow, it looks really good.
Yes.
I think I need a second dinner.
Of spaghetti in the United States, right? Like it's like the Indian or Pakistani
Yeah, it is. It is kind of
version of spaghetti.
Yeah.
So is the noodles, because it looked similar to spaghetti noodles for me, to me.
Yeah, it is. You can use either spaghetti noodles or egg noodles. Anyone.
Ah,
You
okay.
can use any type of noodles or pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Alina, do one thing: export a bite of pasta to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please do.
Sure. Come to us. My mom's calling you guys to visit. She's saying that she'll make it for everyone if you come.
Oh, that would be great.
And she's also saying biryani.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but we actually do. So Alishba, how old are you? You're going to be a senior this year?
Yeah, I'm 18 last week.
Oh, okay. And Alina, you're only 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys are aware of this, so I'll go ahead and let you know. But once a year, we actually host what we call global, where we send students or we invite students to participate in an on-ground conference. So in the beginning, you'll work virtually for 5 weeks with a complete different team on a different project. and then you actually fly to the university where we're host the final week of development and competition for the business challenge. But again, going back to the idea of you're in different teams with students from all over the world, and then you work collaboratively for 5 weeks, similar to what you guys are doing now. And then in that final week, you fly to a university. What university, we don't know yet, where you collaborate with your team. And what's nice about that is you get to know each other and teach each other things. So we'll probably be doing like a cooking show like this, or several cooking demonstrations like this at Global, so that people can learn certain things. And the other thing I think that you guys should probably be aware of is that X Culture, even though you're at Academy right now, so Alishba, for you in particular, it continues on to the university level. So this is something that you can continue to, the X Culture family is something that you can join at any level, whether you're in high school or university or a professional.
Yeah, when I was reading about the X before I joined it, I read all this about it, and I was very much excited that beside you live in different continents, you are always connected to everyone and in any time.
This is for neighbors.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I have a place, somebody has at night, and we are just like that. We are like a family working in a team, and every so caring, so partnership, so friendly, and so generous that I really find like them as that I know from centuries. These all people.
Right. Well, again, going back to the goal of X Culture is that we create a world that's kinder, that's more accepting, that believes in the coexistence of multiple people from multiple cultures, regardless of your religion, ethnicity, background. Because we do, like Dr. Vas Taraz has, discuss, it sounds very like pageantry, right? But that, his goal and my goal as well, and that's why I partnered with him, is to create a world of peace, for you guys and for my grandchildren and my own children. So it's been such a pleasure to work with X Culture. And this is volunteer for us, okay? So it's a lot of work. This is the kind of rewards that we get. So
Yeah.
Leon, you want to talk about your survey?
Yes, so if everyone has a look in the chat, I've just posted a survey link. It's really short, and we'd all just appreciate it if you just fill it in. It'll just help us to improve our oh my gosh, I can't speak English. Our future cooking classes, and just give us some feedback and any suggestions you may have.
Perfect. And Ania, can you tell everybody where we are with our X Culture projects with this cohort, and what we should be looking for this weekend?
So for this weekend, it's October 17th for me, nighttime. So I guess for me, tomorrow it will be October 18th. You guys should be submitting your surveys by then, choosing your client company, and submitting your team charters if you guys have created some. After that, you guys should be assigning roles, dividing tasks, and looking, and I can't speak English too.
We're practicing. We're practicing.
And beginning your report.
Okay, very good. Or actually collecting data for the background of your reports, right? So
Yes.
maybe collecting information on your company, the industry that your company competes in, what kind of ideas you may have. Yeah. Alina and Alishba, do you guys have any questions regarding X Culture, your project?
Mm. No, we have been working I have been working with my team from I think 2 weeks. I'm very much comfortable and satisfied with everyone's participation because we are almost done with this week task, and everyone is doing very much good. And whatever we find difficult, we discuss with everything with everyone, and it's going very smoothly. And I also hope that the coming time will bring much laurels to me.
Very good. Okay.
I'm really happy to be like working because I totally agree with you guys, because I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions, especially between like Indians and Pakistanis. Like our history books are so biased about what happened, because I'm sure like part of the blame is ours too. Like, I mean, there's like there two people essentially cause the problem. So I feel like this generation is like so much into activism, and like and this X culture is like the perfect place to guess to fill those differences in, and like work together as like a peaceful harmony, because I feel like all this hostility between India and Pakistan is for like no reason. Because I mean, what happened in the past. Why should we hold on to it and keep harboring a grudge? We should work together and work towards peace and like a better community, like all over the world.
Exactly. What absolutely, Alina. What I want you guys to remember is, two things, right? That if you don't learn from your past, if you don't learn from your history, you will be doomed to repeat it, which means that a lot of these animosities and a lot of these wars will continue. Okay. So the idea is we learn about it. We open our hearts and open our minds to understand it, and then progressively we move towards a space where we can collaborate, which is what we're doing in X Culture. The other thing that I want to point out, Alina, which highlights what you have to say, is that, when you're driving in a car, you guys know you're driving in a car, right? And when you look behind you, you can only look through a rear view mirror that's this size, okay? It's a very small window. And you are not meant to stare into that window to look behind you, because there's a great big windshield in the front of you and your car is moving forward. Okay, so the idea is to understand where you came from in the back, because if you don't learn from the history, you will be doomed to repeat it. But that the moving forward using your windshield and going in that direction is what needs to be done. And that's what we're all doing. We are moving in the direction of where the windshield is taking us. So again, never forget that, there was a history, and you're right, Alina, there's no finger pointing, because it depends on who wrote the story, right? That everybody partook in that engagement, and it was a relationship. There was there were two parts. It's like anything. You get in an argument with your friends, right? When you get in an argument with your groups, when you get an argument in your family, there is two sides to every story, and everybody takes a little and everybody gives a little. So in order to really find that win-win middle ground, you have to open up your heart, and you have to open up your mind, and you have to accept accountability for some of the things that you did. And you have to also, allow that other person to come into that relationship and say, okay, so moving forward, that's what happened in the past, rear view mirror. Moving forward, great big windshield. What can we do to create a world of peace so that we can be happy and joyful and coexist in a way that is a pleasure? Because life is short. Okay, most people die before they turn 100. What are you going to do with your life? What are you going to contribute during that time? So let's see.
My God, it really took my heart.
What's that, Alishba?
I said that your advice has literally took my heart.
Yes. Well, I'm a passionate professor. Dr. Voss is also, he and I talk the same language, okay? And that's why we're so dedicated to this adventure that we're taking with you guys. So I hope that you guys are all equally having an adventure with us and enjoying it. So we are done and we are doing great. There is a question about the spices. Alina and Alishba, I believe, created a recipe that is in the flyer, correct, Leon? Ania? Yeah? Okay, so that flyer actually went out So the list of recipes for this question will be there. You can also rewatch this video. Raphael will actually post this in the X Culture channel so that you guys can continue to learn how to make this dish. I'm gonna definitely do, I'm not gonna share the video with my friends. Don't tell them. I'm not gonna share it with my friends, and I'm gonna practice it. And then when I really get good at cooking it, I'm gonna bring it to them and I'm gonna say, look what I learned. And it's gonna be an amazing experience. So Leon and Ania, I'm gonna let you guys close, and I will see you guys in a few minutes at our 10 o'clock, okay?
Yes, great. Thank you so much. Okay, before we end, I see Vedant wants to, do you want to raise your hand and then you can talk if you would like to still? Um,
Dr. B, if you can add him to the panelist, please.
I think she's left, so that's not going to work. Okay.
I actually, yeah, I actually did that for you. There he is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So guys, if you can all hear me, just say yes for once.
Yes, we can. Thank you.
So, like I'm from India, and the thing Alina said is very true. That the things we are taught in India also about our histories, I would say it is complete contrast. As Alishba, sorry if I'm saying it, I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but as you said, it is complete contrast. And what I believe after reading my history was that the differences between Muslims and Hindus were not so distinct and was not so be what we would say, what not on the surface, or people didn't hated each other, but East India Company actually made a wedge between people and created differences which could be seen on the level that shouldn't be. Like right now in India, right now also, if someone says that I was talking to someone from Pakistan, people wait for a second, think for a second, and be like, "Oh, really?" Because still that wedge has is there. It has taken place, and we have like right now also there was some tensions between borders between China and India. What I think is the war happens not because of citizens, because we can see right now we are from so many different places, and we are working together. I meet friends at other places also, and we don't see the difference so much. We just treat each other as humans. I think the war and this all boundaries is because of the governments. I don't know why they are just so greedy. I just wanted to say that the differences between Pakistan and India and the partition was due to East India Company, because there was once when Pakistan was Pakistan. Sorry, I'm saying Pakistan, but that Muslims wanted a separate electorate in India, and I will say that yeah, Indians didn't recognize that problem, that they want a separate electorate. But it is not that only Muslims wanted a separate electorate. There were many other communities also, many minorities. But the main wedge created between Muslims and other Indian communities was because of East India Company. I just wanted to clarify that much. So thank you that you let me speak about it. And if there is something you want to add, please go ahead, Alishba. And if I said something wrong, I am truly sorry about that.
I really respect everyone in India, and I don't consider anyone for what happened in past. But
Yeah,
I will every
exactly.
we can't choose someone that this was done by him or her that was wrong. Basically, I think that it was all that about the religion. That the main difference was that everyone has a right to live freely and in a freedom, and especially in a democratic country. So I
Yeah.
don't think we should blame anyone now that he or she had done something wrong, because basically what was happened to done before is nothing our concern, because now we can't deal with anything which was done in past. So now we should just thank God that everything is right and it's going in a very smooth way beside the Kashmir issue. But now beside going,
Sorry, guys, our time is running out. So can we just try and finish up this conversation?
Yeah,
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 we
thank
can, we
you.
can.
Okay, but it's really interesting seeing the different views in that, and it's also really interesting to see how like different cultures in that perceive other cultures, and actually maybe we're not that different. We all are human in the end.
Hmm.
So thank you to
Let's
our
leave
two
the
amazing
room.
chefs, and I'm definitely going to try that dish now after this. I'm really hungry now. So, but I hope everybody
Gonna have to
enjoyed
take
this.
a second dinner.
Definitely.
You guys
But I
should
hope
come over.
I'm going to come through the computer.
Yeah.
Okay, but thank you, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your day or night or afternoon.
Thank you, guys. See you at your next webinar. Ano yung
Bye,
kasama ng
guys.
webinar?
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.